Hey, what is going on, guys? What is going on? What is that at? What is going on? I am super excited to hang out with you guys tonight. What's going on, guys? Everybody good? What is this, Friday? I know it's late night stream with Crypto Siege. But in either case, I am absolutely excited. Yes, as always, Chase and Gio is first. What's good, brother? Good to see you. Yes, it's great to be in the digital asset space right now. I have so many tabs open. Unbelievable. Unplugged's in the building. What's going on, Unplugged? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. We're blessed, my friend. Hope you're doing well also. Jason Gio too. I haven't seen you in a minute, as we like to say, brother. How are you? Good to see you. All is well from Montana. How about that? Checking in all the way from Montana. Montana free 813. We got to get out to Montana. Actually, we have some good friends in Montana, as a matter of fact. Miss Crypto Siege loves that Colorado, Montana, all of that stuff. She loves it. Doubled my money on Vito. How about that? That's an interesting thing. Yeah, that's an interesting thing with the whole Vito thing. I'm trying to understand that, Jason Gio, too. I'm trying to understand how it's up 190-something%. Right, we're big fans of VeChain on this channel, right? Big fans of VeChain. How is a Vito? Yeah, I'm trying to understand the ecosystem. I know it's the gas for VeChain. How is it outperforming? To me, that says people are buying Vito. That's what it says to me. Guys, what's going on? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you. By the way, this is the Crypto Siege. Very, very excited about another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Yeah. Excited to see the family come hang out on a late night, Friday night. You could be doing all other kind of different things, and you came to hang out with Crypto Siege. I appreciate you being here. Without question, yeah, do me a favor and smash the likes and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have to cover a couple of things, and some things that are really, really important. I'm going to wait for some more people to hop on so that we make sure that we get this message out, because I think it's hugely important, right? Hugely important. And by the way, if you see me doing any of that stuff, it's because I got this thing kind of going on. And I don't know. I get this once every 2 years or so, or it's a very, very odd thing. I've been to the doctor about it. Just a sharp pain, just out of nowhere, and right over here. And I've had it for years. It used to be here, now it's here. But I've gone. You got the brain scans. I have a very, very healthy brain. But yeah, one of those just kind of weird things. So if you see me, that's why. Miss Crypto C says you can't go live making those noises in that face. I'm like, this is family here. Of course I can. This is family here. Home Church Panama. Hello, thanks for your live stream. Hello, welcome to you, Home Church Panama. Appreciate you being here. Have you been to this channel before, my friend? Prayers, my brother. You will find all as well. Absolutely, TJ Jackson. Good to see you, my friend. Absolutely good to see you. So I'm going to wait for just a couple more people to hop on. Then I'm going to get into some things that we should definitely talk about. Hope you guys are excited. Hope you guys, Brad Garlinghouse, body blows. Brad Garlinghouse, boy. I told you, don't sleep on Brad. Don't sleep on Brad and that dapper Dan looking all good, ladies dude. I don't know if he's probably married, but that whole look and everything. Don't sleep. The dude, he's a beast. I'm going to share a couple of videos. Thank you to the XRP community who got a chance to participate in that summit. I think it was called Parallel Summit, and share some clips from that. We're going to share this tonight. I don't know what I planned on getting on that, and we had to do a business call, and then I had to get to the gym because I had missed my gym time. And so it totally slipped. I could have recorded it and everything. I had the link and everything all set up. But yeah, some nuggets from that. And I think it's very, very interesting. The things that he mentioned, the things that he pointed out, we've pointed out on this channel. Other XRP community members have pointed out on the channel as point of facts, things to add validity to the argument of why we're in the space and what we're doing. And I'm going to share the executive order with you guys again, just in case you have not seen it. The executive order signed on regulatory relief to support economic recovery. We're going to go over that again. I believe it is hugely, hugely important. All right, guys. So let's do the most important thing first. And the most important thing is I was on Twitter and I saw a tweet from Crypto Eddie. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but she was very, very down on herself, very, very down on herself. Now, she was talking about a particular video, and I remember saying to Miss Crypto Siege and thinking a lot to myself. It just felt like something was off in the last few videos in her, I don't know, in her tone, and it was something that was, it felt like to me that it wasn't her, right? And so today she tweets out that a particular video that she just didn't get her average views that she normally gets, right? So whatever that is, I don't know if it's hundreds or if it's thousands, right? She didn't normally get the views, the average views. She didn't get it. And she expressed how she was feeling about that. And I got to tell you, yeah, it broke my heart to see her feel that way. And she literally said, TJ Jackson, she literally said, I feel like quitting. I feel like quitting. Can you imagine this community without Crypto Eddie? I couldn't. I mean, you're talking about a body blow. You're talking about a huge, massive loss to the community. Yeah. So, guys, do me a favor. Take the time right now. It's cool. I'm gonna be here. Take the time right now. Do me a favor. Take the time right now. Get on Twitter. Do search Crypto Eddie. And just send her just a few words of encouragement, please. Do me that solid, please. I'm gonna be here. It's cool. It's okay if it's silent. It's cool. It's okay if there's no comments. But do me a favor. Get on Twitter. Search Crypto Eddie. It's one word, and you spell Eddie E-R-I. Crypto Eddie, E-R-I. And just get on her page and just, if you would, just give her a few words of encouragement, because I could tell, she's not looking for attention, right? I could tell that her sentiments were very heartfelt, and that, and in fact, that she did feel, like she's wanting to quit. And it saddened me to see that. And I actually responded to that, and so I responded to it and said, this makes me very sad. This makes me sad that you would think about quitting, right? And, I just kind of, I added from my perspective and, what I see going on in the community. And so, I left her some words of encouragement in a tweet. So it wasn't a private message. So, maybe I'll share with you guys. It wasn't a private message. Obviously, if I had messaged her on, DM'd her, I guess is what it's called, I would not share that. But it was a tweet. You'll be able to see it. It was a response to her tweet. But please, guys, do me that solid and just let me know that you did that. I would really appreciate it. I know some of you guys aren't on Twitter. I get it. But if, especially for those of you that are on Twitter, if you could just, just get on her page or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. But search Crypto Eddie and just send her just a few words of encouragement, man. That would be, that would be cool, because, I just couldn't imagine the community without her. Deep mind, I appreciate that, brother. XRP Joe, thank you. Some Real Guy, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys doing that. Definitely. Danny Loff is in the building. Guys, I definitely appreciate you doing that. I'm going to wait for some more responses. Yeah, guys, just do me a favor. I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, what? So the first tweet was the video didn't get as much views if her average views. And then the next tweet was like, yeah, it really made me feel like quitting. It really makes me feel like quitting, and just said something about true feelings or something like that. And, of course, a bunch of people on Twitter responded. And I'm just asking the family here, just in case you didn't know that she did that, if you could just, again, I'm going to be here. Just take a time out, just take a few seconds and just give her some words of encouragement. That would be awesome. I would definitely appreciate that. That would be very, very cool. And I appreciate the guys to respond to let me know that you did that, big time. I definitely appreciate that because she is talking about a value adds community. Like, I just couldn't imagine the community in terms of content creators, especially without her in it. So I definitely appreciate you guys doing that big time. Yeah, absolutely. Some Real Guy. That's without question. We need, absolutely, it's for me, I am never going to go there and I'm not joining anybody's camp and I'm not afraid to say one YouTuber's name in fear of being, please. So yeah, I love all the community. I love all, especially, and I love all the content creators, right? We all add value. Each of us need all of us, right? And all of us need each of us, right? So, I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys doing that for sure. Thank you, Home Church Panama. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys doing that big time. I really, really do. I really appreciate you guys doing that. So that's the, that's the thing I appreciate you guys doing that. Crypto Edit, we all have those times and moments, right? A lot of times if we're not careful, providing content can turn into a grind, right? And so, I just, I'm a big guy on being creative and not competing. I believe in creating. I don't believe in competition because I believe that it lends itself to comparison. And if you start comparing, then you're going to start condemning. And if you start condemning, you're going to start judging. So I don't believe in that. Right. I go by Jay-Z's model, right? Jay-Z's model. That's what I go by. He says, I'm losing myself. I'm stuck in the moment. I look in the mirror, my only opponent. Right. And so, that's what I go by. So, but I appreciate you guys doing that really, really big time. So let's talk about Brad Garlinghouse, right? What? Did you guys see those little clips? Shout out to the community members that shared that. Did you guys see that? Interesting stuff. I wish I would have been on that summit. I missed the summit. Deep Mind, did you catch that summit, man? Did you catch that? What was it called? I think it was the parallelsummit.io or something. But let me share some of those things because I really do think this is so very important, the things that he says. I'm trying to think, let me share the executive order first. Guys, we cannot forget about this executive order that the current administration put out in May. Let's revisit that because, again, I think it's important to understand. Let's do this, and I'll share it audio. Let's see here. There it is. Let us not forget this executive order on regulatory relief to support economic recovery issued in May 19th of 2020. And I'm not going to go through all of this, guys. Just Google executive order on regulatory relief to support economic recovery. And you can definitely delve into it yourselves. But I want to read, listen, I don't want to use the excuse, but the avenue that led them to this, in their words, is the beer code, right? The beer code and all the economic downfall and damage caused by the beer code. It was necessary to get to this thing here. So I'm going to share this thing because I think it's so important. Hey, let me read this one part here. Just as we continue to battle the beer code itself, so too must we now join together to overcome the effects the beer code has had on our economy. Success will require the efforts of not only the federal government, but also of every state, tribe, and territory and locality, of businesses, nonprofits, and house of worship, and of the American people. To aid those efforts, agencies, remember that word, agencies, must continue to remove barriers to the greatest engine of economic prosperity the world has ever known, the innovation, initiative, and drive of the American people. All right, so let me read this right here. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. It is the policy of the United States to combat the economic consequences of the beer code with the same vigor and resourcefulness with which the fight against the beer code itself has been waged. Agencies should address this economic emergency for rescinding, modify. Let me read that again. Agencies should address this economic emergency by rescinding, modifying, waiving, or providing exemptions from regulations and other requirements that may inhibit economic recovery. Economic recovery. I'm going to go over agencies real quick. According to the 44 U.S. Code 3502 from Cornell Law points out the definition of agency. The term agency means any executive department, military department, government corp, government-controlled corp, or establishment, other establishment, in the executive branch of the government, including the executive office of the president, or any independent regulatory agency. And my friends, every single word, all three of those words are significant. Independent, regulatory, and agency. And I'm going to point out the agencies. I'm not going to read all the agencies. You can Google this. All you got to do is Google definition of agency and it will come up. All right. So this Cornell Law thing will come up. I'm going to go over the agencies that I think are important now, that are the quote unquote independent agencies. I'm not going to go over all of them. The term independent regulatory agency means, and again, I'm not going to go over all of those. I'm going to go over the ones that I believe are going to be important for us in the digital asset space. The Postal Regulatory Commission, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection, and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. So just remember that, guys. Remember that executive order, please. Definitely go check that thing out. Remember the agencies. So remember the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Remember the OCC as I continue to share with you guys. So let me, that was that one there. Is it another one? So let's share this one here first. So this was from the summit today, parallel summit with Angie Lau, who was over at Forecast News, Brad Garlinghouse, and another dude here. I'm not sure who that dude is, but shout out to the Cryptic Poet for sharing this. And he's quoting Brad Garlinghouse here. The reason why I say I think China is ahead in some ways because I think the U.S. is behind. You got to get that statement right. right? Marcus Treacher, Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, they're not holding back. There's a reason for that. Trust me when I tell you, it's very, very strategic. And they would not do it if they didn't feel like they were in a position to voice their concerns loudly. They wouldn't do it if they didn't feel that way.
I think just so we're all kind of operating from the same set of facts. The reason why I say I think China is ahead in some ways because, I think the U.S. is behind. And I think the most tangible example of that is when the U.S. government gave regulatory clarity to Bitcoin and Ether. This was 2 years ago now, more than 2 years ago. The Director of Corporate Finance, Bill Hinman, gave a speech that, providing clarity that the SEC did not view Bitcoin and Ether as securities. It made it accessible, and so that different platforms, different exchanges, even we just saw an ad before we started from ParisX, different players say, oh, okay, now there's clarity around that, so we can invest in that. Well, I also think we follow the blockchain and crypto world are aware that today, because of the mining control of Bitcoin and Ether in China, these are technologies controlled by China. And, I think 25 years ago, the U.S. was a leader in making the internet what it is today. But part of that came from regulatory clarity. Part of that came from the Telecom Deregulation Act of 1996. We have that opportunity in front of us now with blockchain, but I haven't seen the U.S. kind of lean into that. And instead, in a world where we see all kinds of concerns about Huawei and 5G networks, we're 3 years from now, you can imagine the exact same headlines about this next generation of payment technologies.
Well, that regulatory clarity was.
So first of all, let me make sure that played well. Let me go over here. Could you guys hear that good? Did you guys hear the sound on that good? Let me know if you heard that okay. And so he, again, this is something that Chris Larson also said as well. Thank you, Home Church Panama. This is the same very thing that Chris Larson said, exact thing, that we made a mistake. He said we made a mistake. The volume was low. Okay. And then I'm going to play it again. Chris Larson said that the United States made a mistake in giving regulatory clarity to Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's going on, Ralph Crandon? And then Brad Garlinghouse again echoing those same sentiments. I think it's hugely important that they feel as though they're able to think about that. They're calling out the administration in a lot of ways. They may be speaking to just the SEC or just the CFTC. They maybe don't feel like it though. Feel like they're talking about the administration, does it not? So Tap the Line is in the building. What's going on, Tap the Line? Good to see you. Ralph Crandon is here. It's good to see you, my friend. Absolutely. So those are some interesting points. The volume was low. Was a little low. Okay, let me play it again. I don't know why that was low. Let me try it again.
I think just so we're all kind of operating from the same set of facts, if you will. The reason why I say
hold on. First of all, the sound is not even
set of facts, if you will. I think just so we're all kind of operating from the same set of facts, if you will. The reason why I say I think China is ahead in some ways because, I think the U.S. is behind. And I think the most tangible example of that is when the U.S. government gave regulatory clarity to Bitcoin and Ether. This was 2 years ago now. more than 2 years ago, the director of corporate finance, Bill Hinman, gave a speech that, providing clarity that the SEC did not view Bitcoin and Ether as securities. It made it accessible, and so that different platforms, different exchanges, even we just saw an ad before we started from ErisX, different players to say, oh, okay, now there's clarity around that, so we can invest in that. Well, I also think that follow the blockchain crypto world are aware that today, because of the mining control of Bitcoin and Ether in China, these are technologies controlled by China. And, I think 25 years ago, the US was a leader in making the internet what it is today. But part of that came from regulatory clarity. Part of that came from the Telecom Deregulation Act in 1996. We have that opportunity in front of us now with blockchain, but I haven't seen the US kind of lean into that. And instead, in a world where we see all kinds of concerns about Huawei and 5G networks, we're 3 years from now, you can imagine the exact same headlines about this next generation of payment technologies.
Well, that regulatory clarity.
Again, for me, this, I feel like they're not holding back, right? They're not holding back. That's what it feels like to me. Now, I'm going to share another clip because I think this is important as well. Then I'm going to share some big news with you guys. I appreciate you hanging out at this time of the night. You could be anywhere hanging out, chilling with the family, and you chose to come hang out with the Crypto Seas. I definitely appreciate that big time. XRP Rocket Man is in the building. What's going on, XRP Rocket Man? Scott Boileau Sr. Sounds fine to me. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you join the hangout. We always want to have just as many likes as we have people in the stream. So do me a favor and smash them likes, as Ralph Crandon said. I definitely appreciate that. XRP Lava's in the building. E-Man, what's good, E-Man? Yeah, guys, we have a goal on this channel. We've done it like 80 to 85% of the time too, that we will have just as many likes as viewers in the stream. It's pretty cool. It's been pretty cool to see, for sure. So let me share this other thing, this other clip for you guys, because I think it's really, really important. Let me make sure I can find it here for you. Is it this one? Yeah, it's that one. Okay. And again, shout out to the Cryptic Poet for sharing. That dude always bringing some good stuff. I gotta tell you, always adding value to the community. Check this one out. This is very, very interesting and very, very telling, in my opinion. Shout out to XRP Chiz for sharing that. And this is what he tweets. Despite what you hear from haters, XRP is being recognized as a solution to this massive global problem. Regulation is mandatory because digital assets are here to stay, and we are just getting started. We have not seen anything yet. Shout out to XRP Chiz. I appreciate you saying that. It's probably cheese, and I'm saying Chiz. All right, check this out, guys.
Also, there are some U.S. regulators I think are being more vocal, and frankly, we could also talk on a global basis. There's certainly other governance and regulatory dynamics going on in other countries. Here in the U.S., though, I would highlight, the interim lead of the OCC is guy Brian Brooks, who used to be the general counsel at Coinbase, and a very, very impressive resume prior to that. And his role now at the OCC, I think you are seeing the opportunity to take a more aggressive role in advancing fintech companies. You saw at least some careful but support from the CFTC that came out recently around crypto futures. So, you're seeing some of that, even not that long ago, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, CFPB, highlighted how digital assets and actually specifically pointing out how XRP can be used as a way to help significantly lower the cost of cross-border remittance. So you are seeing examples of this, but a lot of this, even the CFTC had to kind of delicately step around needing clarity from the SEC first. And until that clarity exists, I think there's been a lot of examples where we're going to lack the U.S. investments without that clarity.
Okay, so interesting, right? Very. We did a video about Brian Brooks and the pit bull. We did a video. Is it cheese? It's not cheese. Okay, thank you, XRP Vampire. Appreciate you being here, XRP Vampire. Good to see you. Absolutely valued content community member as well. Appreciate you being here, XRP Vampire. Without a question, right? Did you catch that? First of all, he's name dropping Brian Brooks, but did you catch the agencies that he pointed out when he brought up? Wanted to give them some credit. The OCC, the acting interim, if you will, Brian Brooks. He mentioned the CFPB in the article and the I wouldn't say it's an article, but maybe a write-up or presentation that the CFPB, where they actually pointed out Ripple and the digital asset XRP. But what I wanted to point out to you, that he mentioned both the SEC and the OCC, two independent regulatory agencies. And I think it's very hugely important that he gave some props and some shout outs to Brian Brooks, as some regulators are voicing and are doing some things and making some noise. I think it's hugely important. That's why we did a video on it, right? We call him the pit bull. We call Brian Brooks the pit bull. And when you hear the guy make statements like, we're not wanting to be some obscure independent agency that no one knows who we are and what we're doing. Excuse me? And he said, he's pointed to the media people saying, you guys can help us out with it. The people that were interviewing him, right? You can help us out with that. We're not trying to be an obscure, no one even knows what the OCC does type of agency. Those are massive, massive words. You see what I'm saying? What's going on, OG? What did I miss? Not much. Not much at all. I will share a little bit of what we missed, what you might have missed, right? You see what I'm saying there with that? You got the executive order that has unshackled these independent regulatory agencies, unshackled them. And now you got Larson and Garlinghouse and Schwartz calling out the current administration, if you will, and saying that, look, China's ahead of us. You made a mistake in giving clarity there and not giving it here for U.S. companies to participate. You made a mistake when you did that. What's holding them back? What is holding them back? There's nothing holding them back. Do you not think that they're going to one day point out this executive order for regulatory relief? You don't think that one day that's going to come up? There's nothing, there's no more. That executive order gets rid of red tape, any kind of cumbersome delays, any kind of procedure or steps, or it gets rid of all of that. It rids them of all of that. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the dude in charge of the currency and putting forth a charter for the banks to follow and adhere to. Agencies, the most underreported issues in crypto. 10,000% correct. I couldn't agree with you more, Deep Mind. Absolutely could not agree with you more. Oh man, that thing hurts when it comes. It hurts, right? So think, and do you think it's an accident, a coincidence that Brad brings up the OCC and Brian Brooks? I think not. You think it's an accident, coincidence that he brings up the CFPB? I think not. I think not. Listen, everything about China is showing up on the president administration's desk in the morning. First thing in the morning. Everything. First thing. Digital assets, CBDCs, 3 or 4 of their countries looking to do some other thing with other nations, working around the US dollar. All of these things front and center in this current administration, right on the front desk. And Brad Garlinghouse brings up Brian Brooks, name drops, points out his heralded career prior to reaching the OCC. That's not on accident. That's intentional, and it's all validated. It's the praise they put out there is warranted. But guys, Brian Brooks is a pit bull, and he's not in there to, because it might have a fancy office. He's in that position to get some things done, and he is very, very crypto friendly. He gets it 1,000%. He gets it. He understands. This is where we're going. And this is another guy, in my humble opinion, is not trying to see the U.S. fall behind, and is not trying to see some other country take the lead in this next, industrial revolution, if you will. You don't think he's going to do his part? You don't think he wants to stamp, if you will, lay his footprints, if you will, on what's to come? Of course. He already said we're not trying to be some obscure independent regulatory agency to do. So what he's saying is we are here and we're going to make some noise. We're going to make some noise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great point, Deep Mind. That is a great point, bro. If XRP gets set at 25K per XRP, expect some knocks on your doors. Have a plan. Have a plan. Have a plan. I would suggest some asset protection. Get yourself some asset protection. Don't think that you're just please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't think that you just only have a certain, please don't do that. Value yourself and your assets and get some asset protection. Talk to an estate and tax attorney. TJ Jackson is a great point. And that's the thing that I think people I think a lot of people don't get this, TJ Jackson. Call me crazy, but there is no cap on the potential of XRP. The ledger is open source. Anybody. Tech will be built upon it for as long as it's operable. That's exactly right. What girls in the building? What's going on? Asset protection, absolutely. You got to talk to the state and tax attorney, Cookie Month. Tell them your situation and lay everything out. They might suggest, this. They might suggest that. They might suggest LLC. You don't know. But you won't know unless you make that phone call. Because I tell you what, BK and Cryptopolis, was it today? I think it was today. Mention something. I watch that every time Cryptopolis hops on. I definitely want to make sure I catch that. They talked about something that they used a phrase, and I think it's probably more apropos than what a lot of people think. And they said Cryptopolis had mentioned something about debt, right? And how the economy was backed and based upon debt. Is based upon debt. The new financial system, right? So you said the financial system today is debt-based. The new financial system will be asset-based. It will be asset-based. I think that's the reason why all the why all the nations all around the world are just gobbling up gold. I think there's a reason for that. Gobbling up gold. I mean, just snatching up wherever they can, getting the one that they had lent out or whatever they had other people holding it for them, bringing it back home. And an asset-based financial system is really, really looking like exactly where we're going. Tell me about the assets that you hold. And perhaps that's the reason, I don't know. You probably would have to ask cryptopolists this, but perhaps that's the reason why the Federal Reserve is going around snatching up as many things as they possibly can. Because perhaps this next financial system will be based significantly, if not primarily, upon the assets that you hold versus the debt or versus fiat dollars. The assets that you hold. I think it's interesting that, we said this on the channel before, money, the 1%, they don't call it cryptocurrency. They either call it crypto assets or virtual assets or digital assets. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? This is the masses call it cryptocurrency. We talk about digital assets all the time on this channel, right? So think about that. And whether it be the WEF or the IMF or the UN, crypto assets, virtual assets in their wording. Assets. How many assets do you have? I think it could very well be the new financial system is based upon the assets that you hold. And I think that might be one of the reasons why the nations again are snatching up so much gold at the pace that they're doing it, especially. And I think this also lends to the fact that DeFi is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. In fact, not only DeFi, but CeFi. But, right, it's going to be huge. We said this on the channel before, like, how are the banks going to compete when you got DeFi and you got, more importantly, CeFi? And let me share the big announcement with you guys. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to share this with you guys big time. Derivatives, make sure, did I miss anybody coming in? XRP Legend, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you in the stream. That's right. And that's so true, Deep Mind. I'm telling you guys, listen to Deep Mind. Some people might become billionaires by accident. Have a plan. You guys all know how sharp Deep Mind is. I would listen. Right? I would definitely listen. Make sure I didn't miss anyone coming in. I don't think I did. I said hello to Guac Girl. Good to see you, miss. Right? Asset economy, an asset-based financial system. Phyllis family. Oh, what's going on, guys? Good to see you. Appreciate you guys being here. Let me share this. I had a 71-year-old man that was one of my customers telling me about XRP. I was surprised. How about that? I love to hear that. Absolutely love to hear that, my friend. Right? So that's why we talk about Generational Wealth Wednesday. It's about having that plan, right? Don't share with us your exit strategy. Tell us about your wealth strategy. Tell me about the team. What does your team look like? Who are your lawyers, your accountant? What's your estate and the tax attorney, tax attorney? What do they look like? Have you interviewed some private investment bankers, right? Have you done that? Have you looked into wealth advisors? Those are the things that we talk about on Generational Wealth Wednesday, every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. 7 p.m. Eastern time. So guys, and the Phyllis family, I appreciate you guys being here on a Friday night hangout. But let me share what I wanted to share. I got really excited about this. And I had been thinking about doing this for a while. And on our channel that we have a formula for Wealth Wednesdays, right? We have a formula for generational wealth, right? So generational wealth equals digital assets plus sound saving instruments, right? Multiplied by a cash flow business, right? And at the moment, right? So, and you can fit in what you want to fit in that formula, if you will, right? So digital assets plus sound saving instruments multiplied by cash flow business. Our sound saving instruments at the moment are two. it might become a third one if we discover a sound saving instrument, not just a savings instrument, but a sound saving instrument. So for us, right, currently in this channel, it's dividend paying whole life insurance, properly structured. You can't just go out and get anything. You got to get the right one, structured the right way. And Celsius.network. And let me share, I'm going to share something with you guys. Let me share this. I'm going to share this with you guys. And then I am going to share the announcement with you guys. Because this, I got to tell you. There it is there. Okay. What does that say? Okay. So let's share this. Guys, this is good stuff. Hang on. You're going to want to hear this. And you're going to want to hear the announcement. I'm excited to share it with you guys. I got to tell you. But just check this out for a second. It's about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay.
Gentlemen, we're live. Over to you.
Thanks, Tom. So today, thanks for joining the MA. Today, I have my co-founder, Daniel Leon, who's always too busy to do work. He's working 7 days a week, so we never get him on the AMA. But today, we dragged him in, and he's going to answer all your questions. So go on the feed and put all the special questions you have for Daniel. Okay? Daniel just had a baby girl, and congratulations. And instead of taking some time off, he's still working. So I don't know what to do with him. We might have to take away his phone. Hi, Daniel.
I am going on vacation on August 1st. Don't worry.
You promise?
Hey guys, I promise. I will even disconnect my WhatsApp this time. You sure won't be able to find me.
Excellent. So let's do a little bit of update.
Years of working together.
Yep. We'll do a quick update, and then we'll jump into the AMA. So for those who haven't seen, we've launched a lot of new coins. BSV, BAT, BUSD, gold, the gold coin XAUT, including Ethereum Classic. Pretty high rates on most of these, so take advantage of that. Move your coins over. You can now buy a lot of these coins also on the Celsius platform, and they immediately start earning interest. So it's a beautiful new feature. So try it out. Also, shout out to all the people who are cheering for their favorite projects. We heard you, and we're adding 6 different staking coins that I'm sure you guys are going to be really excited about. And the most exciting feature is that we will be paying out 90%, higher than 80, 90%, setting up a new bar for everybody else. As you may know, other companies like Coinbase and so on are charging you 25% of your earnings. So it doesn't matter what rate you publish. The question is how much is left in your pocket. So you always have to do math on seeing, again, rate. Celsius publishes a rate. That rate is after we already took our 10%, right? So we'll give you the net rate that you're earning. So we're adding Tezos, Link, Zen, Matic, Synthetic, LPT, Kyber, in addition to all the coins we have already, which is Dash, EOS, and so on. And again, you're going to earn 90%. So watch out next week. We're going to be publishing the rates in the wallet. Again, these compound as well. So you can't beat Celsius. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't beat Celsius. So again, because we already have enough revenues from our 135,000 customers, we can give even more back to the community, right?
So, yeah, that was, where am I at? Where is my thing at? Did I screw something up? Oh, there it is. Couldn't find it for a second. So that is some pretty outstanding news right there. Legacy money. I like that, Lamar. Absolutely. Legacy money. Absolutely love that, right? So here's the thing. Okay, so first, Kiston Sinclair says, I am beyond bullish. Good to hear that, man. Right? So, guys, so they're adding tokens. So that's a great part, right? It's cool that they're adding some tokens. I like that. They're adding BSV. They're adding basic attention token. They're adding Binance USD. They're adding XAUT. That's a gold thing, right? From Tether, right? And they're adding Ethereum Classic. That's cool, right? It's already documented factually that they pay the actual net highest interest rates on your assets. Documented. They pay the highest. Don't be fooled by the number on the dashboard. Look at the actual end result after all the fees, right? Remember, Celsius has no fees that they charge, right? Celsius charges no fees. But they're adding, he said, a deep mind, he said all the staking coins. He said he's adding all the staking coins. And he's paying out 2 to 3 times higher than all the other platforms. And he already called out Binance and Binance US. And certainly you don't even have to worry about Coinbase because everyone knows Coinbase is the worst ever. Celsius is going to be paying out the most on all, he said all the staking coins. Now, I mean, and that's, he said 6 staking coins, 135,000 users. We're earning enough revenue, this dude says, to pay you more. Now, this 90%, is he talking 90% of the staking? I'm not sure, but all I know is it's massive. Upholder. Oh. And they just finished, by the way, right? Upholder screw. They just finished DeepMind. They just finished. I mean, you got 8 or 9 days left to still try to become a share or equity holder in Celsius. That's still going on. It's for accredited investors. Bankatthefuture.com. You go to apply, see if you qualify. Right? They're not taking VCs. It's community. It's you and I. It's the average Joe and Jane. It's for as little as $1,000. You can own shares or equity rather in the company Celsius. Crazy. That's what they're doing. They technically it's over, but what they're still doing is doing the days. They reached the 50 million, then they reached the 17 million, and but they're leaving it for 9 days. And they'll finish the registration process if you submit it. So just to let you know, to give you the heads up on that, they will, if you get it in within the 9 days, they will finish that process. And that will be either yes or no. They won't just kind of leave you hanging saying boom, right? And so again, they're very, they follow the rules. So they understand the rules. They play the game by the rules. So US, it is what it is currently. Accredited investors, that's what it is in the US. So that's what we have to deal with currently. But they did say in that interview that I watched in that AMA that they will be doing another, as an equity share. They'll be doing another around sometime in 2021. So I am over. And the other thing that they got going on as well is you can now via your ACH and your bank card, right? That's attached to the Celsius wallet app, to the app, you can directly purchase the digital assets right from there, ACH or your bank card. Celsius doesn't charge fees. The platforms that they're using, the third parties, do charge a fee, okay? The ACH is 0.75 or 1%, depending on where you are. The bank card is 3 point something percent. Which is about the normal. I know other platforms like KuCoin and Binance US, I think is 4%. I believe it's 4% if you use your bank card. It might be 3.75, but in any case, so that bank card, the third party that they're using is comparable fees for the bank card. ACH, 0.75 or 1%. I know a lot of platforms, the ACH is free. Right. So again, Celsius is not charging it. The third party is charging it. But what that will allow you to do is just buy right then and there, leave it on the platform. Boom. No extra steps, if you will, to get it onto Celsius. You buy it, boom. And by the way, I found out today as well, you earn interest the second, right? The second that asset is on that platform. Like the second. You start earning that weekly interest, based upon the APY over 52 weeks, obviously, but you start earning that weekly interest the second it gets on the platform. That, I got to tell you, is exciting. So, again, I have been thinking about this for a couple of months now, thinking about it. Should I do it or should I not? And so I went ahead and decided to do this. And that was to become an ambassador, a network ambassador. Well, I guess you can't see that if I don't share it. Yeah, let me share this right here. Congrats. You're a Celsius Network Ambassador. We're thrilled to welcome you to the Celsius Network Ambassador program. I'm absolutely excited about that. They sent a little thing there. So guys, yeah, really, really excited about that. I wanted to share that with the community, with the family here on the Crypto Caesars channel. So that is my announcement, like something I'm thrilled. I am 10,000% thrilled about being able to be welcome and accepted as an ambassador for Celsius. And so I know that it's right. They do some due diligence, right? And so very, very excited that I was accepted in there, and really looking forward to continue to add value and bring more of us, right? Bring more of us into this space. And again, as a sound saving instrument in our generational wealth formula, I couldn't think of a better place for me to kind of begin that journey and lending my name, if you will, to a platform. So I'm really, I'm really, really excited about that. BitChute has to offer something strong. Yeah, they all do. They all do, DeepMind, and they're trying to, but in the end, they can't hang. They can't hang because from day one, the Celsius platform decided to do it, to take an unconventional way. And boy, I gotta tell you, it paid out. It paid fruition. It paid fruition big time. Legendary is in the building. What's going on, Legendary? So Celsius, someone asked, what is Celsius? DeepMind, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Who asked, what is Celsius? Somebody asked, what is Celsius? Celsius.network, my friend, is a platform that allows you to earn interest on the assets that you hold. You can earn Bitcoin on your Bitcoin, Ethereum on your Ethereum, right? You can earn XRP on your XRP, right? You can also do like what the wealthy do as well, is that they take their assets and they leverage them for loans, right? So loan to value. So you can, if you got $10,000 worth of a particular asset, there is no minimums, by the way. If you have 10, or at least I think it might only be $100, I believe right now. So I better get shape up on that. But you can put those assets on there, and they'll give you a loan to value based upon those assets. And so it might be a 30% loan to value. It might be a 50%, it might be 33%, it might be 75% loan to value, right? They currently got a great loan program going on right now, 1% interest, one. So I think they got 3 loans now, 1%, 3.75%, 7.95 or 7.85%, 25% loan to value, 33% loan to value, and 50% loan to value, right? Yeah, so that 1%, 25% loan to value, 1% interest. 1% interest. And the thing that I love the most about it is you pay the interest, whatever that interest is. You could pay off the loan. You got to pay a minimum of 6 months interest, 6 months, but you can pay off the loan anytime, right? You don't pay principal and interest and all that. It's pay the interest and you can pay it off whenever you want, right? And so, yeah, really, really excited about that program. But the thing I'm most excited about is they give back. Listen, guys, they give back 80% of what they earn. They give to the platform holders, the depositors, people who put their assets on the platform, 80%. Never mind the rate. The rate is cool, right? 7, 8, 9% on your fiat dollars and stablecoin. 7, 8, 9%, as high as 11% if you own a certain amount of their cell tokens. Never mind that 7, 8, 9%. they're paying back 80% to the deposit holder, the depositors, not to shareholders, to the depositors. Now, he just mentioned 90% in that thing there twice. So I don't know if they're going up to 90%. I don't know if that's it just in regards to the staking tokens. I'll have to check and clarify that. But in either case, 80 to 90% would be great. Back to you and I, the people who support the platform. And he gave a great example, and this is so true. You know, we bring value to the platform. When we put our assets and we put it on that platform, we bring value. And guess what? When we tune into Netflix, we bring value to Netflix. When we order something on Google Play, right, or Prime Video, we add value to those platforms. When we hang out on Facebook, by the way, guys, and use their Messenger app and all this, we're bringing value to that platform, right? Users, numbers of users, that adds value to the platform. What do they give us back in return for that? Nada. And Celsius is doing it a different way. Just saying, since you're trusting us with your assets and you're bringing value to the company, we're paying you back 80%. He said 90% a couple of times today, so maybe they moved it again. Now 90%. Holy wow! So a minimum, right? 80 to 90%. Holy wow! To you and I. So I love that. Absolutely love that, guys. So there it is there. I hope that helped, my friend. Because I know someone asked about it. Yeah, TJ Jackson. I know. I know. You wouldn't be alone on that one, bro. I was on that 15% for a while. But you're not going to be alone on that one, brother. I got to tell you. Unplugged. That's right, DeepMind. Use the next mini bull run to acquire multiple passports. Have a plan. Yeah, multiple passports. That's interesting. I didn't think about that one. Let me share that with the community. Use the next mini bull run to acquire multiple passports. Have a plan. Yep. That's an interesting one. I didn't think about it. I have to tell Mr. Crypto Sees that. I want to make a note about that one. Multiple passports. Yeah, guys. And again, thank you so much for taking the time out to send some words of encouragement. Hi, baby girl. Send some words of encouragement to Crypto Eddie. Again, you know, it's probably just kind of a moment, right? But again, she was thinking about quitting. Can you imagine that? Crypto Eddie, could you imagine her not doing videos and adding to the community? So I appreciate you guys that took the time to go over to Crypto Eddie's Twitter thing there and send her some words of encouragement. I definitely appreciate you guys doing that. Absolutely. Big time. So let me see. John Edwards is in the building. What's going on, John? Sees there's so much more quarters going live very soon. There is so much more quarters going live very soon. There is no queue for going live. This is where the tsunami begins. Forget about the Ripple. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I know without question about XRP. The fundamentals haven't changed, and they went up and to the right. Right? We're not losing partnerships, we're gaining partners. Right? We're not losing utility. We're gaining in utility and real use case. Our use cases aren't going down. Our real world use cases are going up, right? They're going up. And in the end, utility will rule the day. That is without question. And I got to tell you this, I said it once, I'll say it again. How is it that there's news about all these other digital assets and this happens and that happens? What's going on? VeChain, Elrond, Anchor, Beepto. What? Zap. I heard Zap went crazy. How is it that all the news about what XRP and Ripple is doing and yet nothing's going on with the price? If that doesn't get you thinking, I don't know what else could. I don't know what else could get you thinking. Like, partnerships aren't going down. Again, they're going up. The real world use cases aren't going down. Again, they're going up. right? The ILP is still a monster. The XRPL ledger is still a monster. XRP is still a monster. The greatest digital asset ever created. Cody is a monster. Still getting mentioned, right? Ripple and XRP still getting mentioned every time you turn around in something with, whether it be the WI, the WF, or the IMF, or the UN, or the G20, whatever. Ripple's the name. And now they're adding and mentioning the XRP, the digital asset XRP as well. So that has not changed. It's only getting better. It's only going up and to the right. GDLT, thank you, brother. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Guys, make sure you go check out XRP Joe and GDLT on YouTube. Woo! Start deleting your social media profiles. Just saying, have a plan. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. We'll have to talk about that, bro. We'll have to talk sometime about that, Deep Mind. Hopefully we'll get some time of the weekend to chat, brother. Absolutely. So, guys, there it is there. Thank you so much. Yeah, really, really excited about being an ambassador for crypto, for the Celsius Network. Really, really excited about hanging out, tuning in. I gotta message them back tomorrow. Crypto Keeper said already did. I appreciate you doing that, Crypto Keeper. I really do. Yeah, thank you, big time. I appreciate that. So really, really excited about being able to do some work with the Celsius Network. And the link is in the description of all of my videos for the Celsius Network, because again, in our generational wealth formula, we have the Celsius Network as one of our sound saving instruments. And so really, really excited to be able to partner up with them for sure. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this stream. Thank you so much for hanging out on a Friday night. I appreciate that. But I'm going to end this stream like I do all of my streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.